Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. This video is going to be talking about the big change which has happened for the Waves of Intrigue season. We've made it to day 63, which means that up to floor 40 of the magic charms during trials has been unlocked and people have boosted up their teams to crazy levels. If we take a look right now, the King Croaker team, this is the previous best team, same formation. I'll show you guys the formation, but look at the damage difference between Ludovic in this team compared to before. Before, Ludovic was doing around about Tayleen's damage, maybe a bit lower than that, 15 billion damage. Here he's now up to over almost 28 billion damage just thanks to his V plus, Mythic plus magic charms. And the only hero on this team is Ludovic, who has the charms. But these are a really powerful charm effect bonus, and this is something which I told you guys about to watch for when we get these unlocked, because it increases Ludovic's HP per second damage almost by double from his active cast of Life Weaver's Bloom. If you see here, he has a 55% of his attack multiplier. With 5 skill power, it goes up to 105%, almost doubling the this portion of his HP per second damage of this active skill. And as you can tell, it's through the roof. And this is what I was thinking about, that Ludovic is going to be really insane this season for endless bosses, because like, look at what he's doing here. Like, and he's a healer, but he's dealing this type of damage to King Croaker. I think he's going to be using other Dream Realm bosses as well. So first of all, just to review the formation before we take a look at the replay, this is the formation. You're going to have main Frester in the back, Illusion up front to take the insta-kill of the King Croaker boss. And then you have Ludovic and Tayleen, Smokey, and Mikola to power up the attack buff of your team. It's really, what is crazy to me is that, like, Ludovic is not even getting the haste buff of Mikola. All he's getting is, like, the attack buffs of Mikola and Smokey, and then the haste buff of Smokey. With the aura. That is it. And that is enough to power up the damage to this level. And in Orison, the thing is, Mikola is also going to be giving the haste buff to Ludovic and allowing him to cast his skill on a lower cooldown. And then he's going to be dealing even more damage than this. So this is really the Ludovic season because of the massive skill power he's going to get. Like, he's going to be dealing as much damage as any other damage dealer in the Dream Realm boss. And so I really want to see him used in different bosses as well, and see his potential just as a raw damage dealer. Tayleen, of course, we don't, and like, for example, in this team, we don't even have the blast charms on the Tayleen. That is going to increase her damage by quite a significant amount. And so this is already getting an over 82 billion score in King Croaker. We could get up to 85 plus when we get the full blast charms onto Tayleen as well. That will ramp up her damage, and of course the skill power charms onto Mikola and Smokey. That is going to buff up the attack boost that they're going to provide to your allies by 5% each, and in total that's going to increase Ludovic's attack for his damage and Frester and Tayleen's attack for their damage. Unfortunately, there's no good charms for Frester's damage output in this season. They're just going to be giving him bonus stats, but the stats are going to make a difference, increase his damage a bit. So that is the thing. We're going to expect to see some crazy numbers in the next week or so of Dream Realm as we are acquiring all of the V plus, Mythic plus magic charms. Now for Harak, I did a lot of testing today, thankfully, and I'll be uploading that video as well. And big shout out to Now from Vietnam server 2 for letting me do that testing. It was really difficult for me to figure out a good team for Harak and King Croaker, and in the end, I just wasn't able to do it, like finding a team that was optimal for him. There's a lot of problems with Harak, which will make it really difficult to, like, design a team around him. And I don't actually know now if he's going to be the optimal choice in a lot of the bosses. And now look at this, 83 billion damage. Almost 82.9 billion damage. Insane. Without any Mythic plus charms on Mikola, Smokey, or Tayleen, there's a big room for improvement there, right? Now, just to put things in perspective, like when I'm running the same team, and I can run it because it is also my optimal team, I'm pretty sure it is my optimal team, yeah. And now I have my Supreme Tayleen, plus 15 exclusive equipment Supreme. I don't have the charms for Ludovic, and I think a lot of people are not going to be able to get the Ludovic charms today because we only have Rogue and Warrior. open in the Jura trials, and so you need to get really lucky to get exactly the charms you need for Ludovic. But we'll take a look at the charms of Ludovic after we're done with this run. But just to put things in comparison, like before getting your Ludovic Mythic Plus charms, you're gonna get a score somewhere around what I'm getting. Like my Talion is not Supreme Plus, but I mean Supreme plus 15 exclusive equipment, she's pretty much close to her maximum potential. But yeah, the thing about Harak, we're gonna have to keep seeing and testing him. I do think he's definitely still going to be meta in certain Dreamrealm bosses, but might not, like, you know, sweep the floor in all of the bosses. He might not be the best option. So, that's just one thing to keep in mind. But my plan still is that I'm not going to take Talion to Supreme Plus. I'm going to be going for Harak right now. So we got 61.5 billion damage, definitely a boost compared to my previous top score because now we have Talion more upgraded than before. But when you take a look at the damage, yeah, like look, Ludovic dealing 12.5 billion. I mean, I don't have plus 15 exclusive equipment Ludovic, but still, the fact that he's dealing almost 28 billion, a lot of it is thanks to the skill power charms. And my Talion is doing similar amount, and Feresto as well. Okay, so we're going to review his charms and do a brief review over the other charms that you should be crafting. So for today, because we have Warrior and Rogue, you need to take a look. Definitely Lily May is going to be one of your priority heroes, and Shakira is the other one. And in some ways, Shakira might arguably even be more important because I don't know about the fate of Lily May compared to now, for example, Ludovic and other damage dealers we have. But Lily May is still a good option. And for Lily May, I recommend going for the sorcery charms. That's what I'm going to go for. And because they are going to give her the skill power to increase the cap of her true damage. For Shakira, you should go for the mystic charms because those are going to give him skill power. And with his skill power, that increases the attack buff he provides from his Wolf's Will and Lupine's Aura to your allies if he's at plus 10 exclusive equipment. So mystic charms for him that give him the skill power. And then finally we're gonna have the Ludovic. So for Ludovic and for the warriors, there's not really any Dreamrealm warriors that you need to worry about, like Corrin, but like Corrin is only an option if you don't have other good heroes built, so don't worry about Corrin. And then we're gonna have the support, which is Ludovic. So, or not this, Ludovic. So Ludovic, definitely, there's no question, you have to give him the skill power charms, and those are going to be the insight charms that look like this snake. This is going to give him HP and skill power. The HP doesn't matter for Dreamrealm, but the skill power is important. And this is a priority. Like for today, he is actually going to be the hardest hitting damage dealer and the most important priority to get Mythic Plus charms on. Like Talion is going to help getting her blast charms, but that just increases her ultimate power and attack, like increasing her damage slightly. The doubling, like basically doubling the cap of his HP per second damage with his active Life Reroll Bloom, this is a huge boost. And so getting him the skill power is actually the top priority for today, for Mythic Plus charms. But anyway, guys, that's basically what you have to watch out for. Try to get your Dreamrealm heroes sorted, first of all, with your charm crafting, and then we can move on to PvP. And there's a really nice list that Starlord has compiled of all of probably the best in slot charms for PvP heroes, and I'll be covering that in a video. Maybe today, maybe later, I don't know. But that is something to keep in mind. But first of all, work on your Dreamrealm heroes. You're never going to regret that. And I made a video talking about the best in slot charms for all of the different meta Dreamrealm heroes. But yeah, so anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. That is going to be it for this one. I'll hopefully see you guys in the next video. And until then, everyone, peace out for now, and thank you for watching.